Hello, dear tribe and friends. Welcome to our next episode of Who Knows podcast.
Who knows what we're going to talk about today? Because we don't.
No, we don't.
We have no topics.
We said let's roll with it today because we are pretty good at doing that, actually. So, yeah, first of all, how are you doing today?
Good. I just had a bit of a healing session with father.
Yeah, first time, right?
With dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, so that was interesting. It was intense.
And he freaked out a little bit. Not
freaked
freaked out.
That's a wrong word.
But he felt it was super strong and he normally doesn't feel anything.
Which is very nice and reassuring.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just had some lunch, so I'm still kind of landing back into reality.
Fantastic.
Yes.
He actually said that, why don't you talk about how this is for you? Because it's so many that it's easy to talk about the experience when somebody else does the healing, but how is it for you?
Well, first I want to ask, how are you doing today?
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm a little bit tired back and forth, but otherwise I'm kind of guarding my time this week because the last 2 weeks has been way too much. So now I'm taking care of myself better this week and coming forward. And also Dad and I got confirmation last night that we're going to Thailand very soon. So because they want him there, it's a very small exclusive event with amazing speakers, but there's only 40 top kind of people invited to go and listen. And I said, well, if we're going to Thailand and they are inviting us and everything, why don't we stay another few days and we bring the laptops, we can work from Thailand and at the same time relax and have a mini holiday after the event. So I'm super grateful for that, looking forward to it. And actually it's on the island of Koh Samui in Thailand, which I haven't been back to in 28 years. That's where I went with your brothers when they were 9 months old and we stayed for the winter.
Wow.
So it's going to be a completely different island, of course. It's almost 30 years later, but I love the island. So that I'm looking forward to, and I see it as a nice break. So we got lots to do before we go. But otherwise than that, I'm grand.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm. So back to how healing feels for you.
Okay, so it's a very hard thing to describe because even in the best ways that you can word it, it still isn't accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But I can try.
Please.
So my energy work sessions, I lie the person down and I have them do some breathing to kind of get them relaxed and comfortable. And while they're breathing, I'm also doing breathing to also kind of connect with them in a way. And then when I feel that they've entered a very relaxed state, I'll go to the top and as in of their torso,
Mm-hmm.
and press down on their shoulders and do pressing all over their body to just kind of release. But it's really weird because there are genuinely no words to be able to describe what's happening, because it's I can see, but see in a way that's not with my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The energy and also the different negative clumps of energy that are just trapped here and there.
Is it colors?
I see the negative energy as black, and I see the normal energy as kind of like a golden
Mm-hmm.
color.
Interesting. So there's black or golden, nothing else, no other colors.
For now, I mean, I've only just realized this new thing that I
know.
have, so maybe in the future it'll be the whole rainbow, but for now it's just those two. And when I'm releasing those clumps. Like, I have them take really deep breaths, and on the exhale, then I push down on them to kind of force it out in a way, to be like, you're not welcome here. Goodbye. You're not paying any rent. And then if that doesn't work, I mean, usually it does work, but sometimes it only works a little bit. Then I'll take my hands away and do, like, from an outside perspective, it looks psychotic because I'm just waving my hands around above this person who looks unconscious, you know. But I'll start, like, moving their energy with my hands, and I'll kind of, like, suck the negative energy out in a way, but sometimes it's kind of like egg yolk texture in a way, or not egg yolk, just egg whites. Like, you know how you pick up an egg white and it just kind of strings, but it also kind of just falls out of your hand.
Yeah.
So it's like a very tricky thing to kind of maintain the hold I have on it. So it's like I constantly have to, like, force it up
and out.
Yeah. And then I'll spend some time and I put some, like, a lot of energy in my hand, a lot of positive energy, a lot of light, a lot of love. And then I'll put that in the place where the negative energy was to kind of replace it so that there isn't just a hole there, you know? And
you describe it really good. Even I can understand this.
Yeah, but it's like, yes, you can understand it, but it's still not the way that it is, you know.
No, I understand. I mean, it's if you haven't got it, then
it's a very unique thing to try to describe. It's like trying to describe color to a blind person. It's like you can't really do that. You can try, but it's like, oh yeah, it's warm, it's cold, but they don't know. And yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of what I do with everyone, but everyone is different, so I improvise a lot. Like, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it because I'm being guided to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, everything that, like, I have moments in between where I'm doing things because I disconnect. Like, I put Emmy on the side and then this other thing takes over. And sometimes Emmy comes back in and she's like, what is happening right now? What are you doing? Like, you're just putting crystals on people's heads and, like, why? But at the same time, it feels right to do so then I do it. And if I lost my train of thought.
But is it something, you know, before you start and open up to whatever I'm going to call it, energies and cleansing and everything, is there any particular thing that you're doing to protect yourself from not, you know, you're pulling out maybe negative energies or entities or whatever so they don't get into you?
No, I mean, as soon as they're out, I, like, throw them into the abyss. Like, it doesn't really touch me or them anymore. It's as soon as it's out, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like, I take it and throw it into nothing. And then, but the thing is that usually after, my hands can be, like, really bursting with energy because it's like I'm working with my hands, so it can take some time for them to kind of relax. Like, they'll start shaking or moving in certain ways or doing certain things that I can't control, and it's just, okay, we're gonna let them do that, and then eventually I'll kind of just try release it by, like, flicking it, like a flicking motion of, like, you know, when you wash your hands and you don't have any way to dry it, you just kind of flick it off. That kind of motion. And then I do that with just my hands, and then I do it with my whole arm to just kind of really get it off if there was anything that stayed with me. And yeah, I mean, cleanse the area, incense, sage, whatever you have.
Does it energize you after, or do you get tired?
It depends on who.
Right.
Because on average, yes. I thrive on it. I feel like Dad always says when I come out of readings or healings, he's always like, wow, you're full of energy. And I'm like, yeah, I am. But if it's a really, really emotional one, or it's like a rooted thing, then I can get kind of like, what's the word? I mean, like, tired in a way. Like, it's just exhausting, but I'm still able to move around and, like, I'm fine. It's just that energy-wise, I'm tired when it's emotional because I'm already an emotional person, and then connecting with people who are having deeply emotional reactions or feelings, it takes a toll on me. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's really necessarily a negative thing. I feel like it just kind of shows that I'm truly, truly involved in getting into their energy and trying to put some balance in it. But no, it's very rare that I do get tired from it.
So, because you've done readings now for a while and people are so impressed, and now you're getting into the healing field as well, which I think goes hand in hand, really.
Yeah,
because it's so, well,
some people shouldn't be healers. They should stick to tarot, and some shouldn't be tarot readers.
Yeah, I just have a feeling you will go into this field more and more.
I feel like I'm gonna go in every field. I feel like I'm just gonna. I don't feel, because in my head there are no fields. I just kind of see where life takes me.
Yeah, but you intuitively follow it.
Of course.
At the moment, which is beautiful to watch, because we don't know and you don't know where this journey is going to take you.
Yeah.
But
no, but I mean, like, what I mean by that is I might get intuitively guided to do this practice, and to me, I'm just doing it. But to others, this may be shaman or Reiki or something like that. But to me, it's just, this is what I was guided to.
You're being used as an instrument, basically.
I'm an adapter to the universe.
Yes. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really, it's so remarkable and amazing to hear our close friends that's had now healings from you going, who is she? She's just took me beyond. You know, they're so blown away by it. And I'm grateful because you're helping other people. You really are. And there's so much I feel we carry within ourselves that needs to be cleansed, that we've kind of picked up both from the inside, from the outside, from past lives, from karma, from our upbringing, from, you know, and that you can only do so much yourself, I think.
Yeah.
But like we have had our spiritual teacher, she's been helping us and teaching us this, you know, all the tools in that field. But it's also important because we've been going to a few healers here, me and Dad, to cleanse in the Balinese, how they do it. And now we have you, and then, which is amazing.
My dad came out of the healing, and he's like, "We don't need any other healers. We have we're good."
Yeah. But I want to ask you as well, because you said, I think yesterday, Mark Bajeski, who's now your third extra uncle in life, he's been so kind and amazing to you, and he has been a psychic, medium, healer, reader for more than 20 years. Now he doesn't do any one-on-ones anymore, but he's writing his books and everything like that, and he's been on the island for a month now. And when you two first met, you told me afterwards that it was so funny because you knew and he knew that you were kind of...
We were both trying to sense each other's energy and read each other, and like...
Correct.
That's what we do, you know? It's like...
But what I was going to ask you was, you felt that Mark, and of course he has a huge protective energy field around him that you can't... It's like a vault that you can't penetrate nor open. So, and you were so amazed by that, or you know, that respect, basically, that he's protecting himself in that way. And you also said that that's what you need to work on. How do you work on that, though?
I mean,
How can you strengthen your own protective shield?
I think that with time, I'll just figure it out. But it's really fascinating for two reasons. For one, because it's funny, because I have two uncles. Three.
Three with Mark now.
No.
Well,
no. Three biological uncles. I have two biological uncles and one plastic uncle. That's what we say in Swedish.
Yeah,
Plastic uncle.
We can say bonus.
Bonus. It's my aunt's husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. All three of them I've never been connected to, and I barely classify them as family.
No, because you don't know them.
But all my three non-biological uncles,
yeah,
I feel very connected to, and they are family.
Yeah, they are.
So that's really funny. But back to the other thing. No, it's really fascinating because with your spiritual teacher, Nellaniji, even her I can read. She has an incredibly strong energy, yes, and she is protected, but I can still see through it.
But I don't think she's ever...
No.
She doesn't need the shield.
No, but she is protected, and yeah. But with Mark, it was nothing. There was nothing. In my whole life, every time I see people, I'm like, okay, this is your issue, this is like... Especially nowadays when I'm really tuning into it. Like, I could look at someone walking down the street and I'm like, okay, they need to do some breathing and this and this and this.
Oh, it must be exhausting at the same time. No, or you can turn it off, though.
Not really. But I love it because I've always liked people watching. And it's I've always found people fascinating to analyze. So I'm just analyzing them.
But going back to my question, though.
But going back... I think that it will be something that will kind of come to me. I feel that in this current moment in time, I don't have the knowledge.
Did you ask Mark when he was here about this?
No. Because I didn't feel the need to.
No, it's just wondering.
I truly do feel that right now I don't have the knowledge. I don't think there's any way for me to achieve the knowledge. Yes, I can ask questions. Yes, I can do research. Yes, I can do cleansing and all these practices, but I don't think it would be right. I think that the way that people protect themselves in the same way that Mark protects himself, it's a very individual thing, and it will come to you eventually. So I believe that throughout my life and forward, I will do certain healing sessions or readings that will affect me to some extent, and I'll be like, okay, now I will learn how to protect myself from this. And it will repeat and repeat and repeat until eventually I have this force field that Mark has.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just a thing that you just do and then you've got it.
No.
It's a thing that takes practice. Years, you know?
Well, I'm grateful that you're able to turn it off, though, when like when you were little and seeing all that. So you have that at least, you know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
When you don't want to be, I don't know, disturbed by bad spirits or ghosts or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can sleep good at night, basically.
Yeah.
Because it's 24/7 on the other side.
Oh, 100%. They have no chill over there.
No.
It's constant.
So do you feel is it possible for you to kind of feel the energy of the world today? Or is that just too big?
I mean, to some extent, like I've always come to you guys and I'm like, oh, the energy field is fucked today. And it's like, there's no, like if we're all feeling shitty, it's because of that, you know? Like I can feel kind of the universe's effect on the world. I can't really feel the world itself, I don't think. But it's like I said, like in New Year's, like those 2-3 years coming up to this year felt horrible energy-wise.
True.
It was a constant war.
No wonder.
It was a constant war. It was so imbalanced. It was horrendous. And then New Year's came, and I was like, oh.
Shifting.
there's balance coming. Like it was like a huge shift, and I think that's why everyone is being affected so much this year in both beautiful and not so beautiful ways, but I believe that even negatives are beautiful.
Yeah, we have to go through the mail sometimes. And
yeah. So to answer your question to a certain extent, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because we had dinner with Mark.
Yeah.
A week ago, or however long time is hard for me. We had dinner with him, and we were talking about my abilities and his abilities and psychic talks and, the usual in this household. And then we started talking about you and how you are quite likely to have these abilities. And you've always said, oh, I wish I had these abilities.
No, I don't want them.
But you said that you wish you could know or feel in some way, but not be affected by it,
I've always jokingly put it aside, and I've suppressed it my entire life with substances of some sort, more or less. Anything from tobacco to alcohol to weed to, in my before you
other drugs.
Kids, before my wild years in my 20s, early 20s. But I've heard from other people many times actually that I have very powerful hands. And Dad reminded me, I mean, he remembers stuff that I don't even remember, but he said we were in satsang one day with Nalini Ji, and it was a woman that was sitting behind me, and she apparently, I can't remember this, again, my mind was just like, nope. And she walked up to me and she said, are you a healer? I'm sitting behind you and I can just feel your energy, how powerful it is. And I joke and, I'm like, nah, like that. And it's always been like that. But I think what Mark said as well, and maybe you have gotten this from me and I haven't got a clue what I have, or if I have.
Which I find hilarious, by the
way. Me too. But I'm not interested at all in seeing spirits and ghosts. I've seen twice and it freaked me the hell out.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Can I just mention one thing? Being in tune with these abilities does not mean you'll start seeing spirits.
No, I've closed that door a long time ago.
There are many healers and readers that don't see spirits.
Yeah. No, what I feel now going into this more...
Because you're fully sober now.
Yeah, very clean, No.
Ever?
Now it sounds like I'm a druggy alcoholic, but no. I've never been a big drinker, but being in Spain 20 years, it's like a custom to have 1-2 glasses of wine every day. So,
like you said, you've always had something.
Correct. And that is a distraction.
Now you don't, which is fascinating.
No, it's true. And I feel that maybe if my hands are, if they can help in any way, because I've said the last 2 years since we came to Bali, use me, when I write in my journal, and wherever that is, if I can be an instrument of some sort of, healing or whatever it is, so be it. I'm not gonna not or fight it or anything like that. So let's see. I don't know. I really don't know. But just talking about it, my palms are getting warm. That's so funny.
They're like, we're ready. Let's go. Who are we doing? Who are we healing?
No, but it's funny because one part of me is like, no, it's all mumbo jumbo. It's like,
excuse me.
No, but I don't believe that. But that's the ego going. Yeah. That's that's not a serious field of line of work, is it?
I think that too.
I think it's super important.
That's what I mean by in the middle of sessions, I can have Emmy pop back in and she's like, what
are you doing?
Is happening? What kind of voodoo witchcraft is going on? Because it is. Like, it's to me, it is weird and it is unbelievable And it is.
And at the same time not. And there's so many. If you look into, whoever listens, Greg Braden, for example, or Bruce Lipton, that are amazing people in the quantum field, and how Greg Braden especially, who's been traveling the world looking into different cultures and actually been into laboratories, I can't remember which country, where people stand around the person with severe cancer. Severe cancer. And he sees on the scans, within 24 hours is gone. Just with people using the power of their hand. They're just standing there seeing and healing that person. Sorry, I didn't mean to spit on you there. Lucky we're not on camera.
It's a shower.
Just spitting on my daughter a little bit here.
Ew.
No, but so it's not voodoo and mumbo jumbo, because it's scientifically proven these days that this actually works.
I mean, like, the more and more I go into this side of the world, or whatever you want to call it, like, so much of it is what other people say, what atheists say, what scientists say. We just have different names for it. For example, religious people call it hope and prayer and
faith.
Yeah, and atheists, they call it quantum physics or whatever. I don't know, but it all comes, and
atheists are not normally quantum.
Spiritualists call it manifestation. Like we all, it's the same way. Like religious people call it different gods in the sky and this, and I call it the universe. And we're all saying the same thing, and that's why I find it so stupid when we start disagreeing, because it's like we're not disagreeing though. We're just disagreeing on the name of it.
Yeah. No, correct.
So that's why I find it really funny to talk with people who don't believe in it. Because I'm like, but...
challenging.
But it's there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't deny that there's energy within us.
No.
Like, you can just rub your hands together and separate them 2 inches. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, but those are just like your neutrons or your electrons or whatever.
But you can feel people's aura.
Yeah, no, but that's what not everyone can do that.
Well, I haven't. Seriously.
You're in tune.
No, but people can feel. I think even
Not
my dad
everyone.
can feel. If you really show them how to do it, it's just that they've never even tried it, because they wouldn't even go, because they think, oh, that's stupid. I can't feel the energy field around you. But that I think most people can.
No, it's like one of my favorite conversations is talking with people who have complete opposite beliefs than me. Because it's so fun to be like, okay, but because to me it's obvious and to them it's obvious, but it's opposites. So
and it's fun to have these talks without judging each other. And that we had on Dad's birthday here a couple of days ago. We had a beautiful kind of fire circle in the garden, and Emmylou had a friend over, and he was talking about how beautiful it is to talk with you, because even though you disagree completely, there's no judgment. It's just, this motion of words and beliefs and feelings around the subject, and there's no argument. It's more like there's an interest of each other's thoughts and beliefs.
No, because like as soon as I feel that someone's getting argumentative or they are not open-minded at all, then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to continue.
No,
like,
it's not
this
fun
is just a waste of my time.
Yeah.
But when there is no judgment and no argumentative energy at all, and it's just, I'm going to share my opinion.
Yeah, when it's light.
You can disagree with it.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's not going to change.
No.
And if you try change it, stop. Okay, we can communicate. You can say your opinion, and that might change my mind.
Yeah.
But don't try change my mind.
No.
Just explain what you believe, and then it might happen,
Yeah.
It's that constant thing.
And I might change my mind. I've done that numerous times in my life.
Yeah, no, 100%. But it's that constant thing of trying to put us all into the same box of ways of thinking.
No.
And it's such a shame to see, because when you, again, art of listening, when you truly start listening to people and putting your own opinions and thoughts and judgments aside and just completely tune into what they're saying and how they're saying it and which way they're saying it, and all these different aspects to the way people talk, you learn so much more. Because someone could say one sentence, but I'm thinking about my own judgments and my own opinions. I'm not going to process it. But someone can, he can say the same thing, but I'm really tuned in, and I'll learn so much more. It's fascinating. Listen to people. I'm just saying that to everyone, not just you. Yeah,
and truly listening without thinking what you're going to reply.
Yeah, that's what I mean by setting your own opinions and thoughts and
aside.
Just we're going to put you there.
It takes focus. It takes practice 100%. Because most people listen with the thought of how am I going to reply, myself included sometimes. Absolutely, especially when it comes to different ideas around work, but that's another creative. Because my mind is pretty solution focused.
No, but it's definitely a practice, and it is something that you need to get used to. But the thing is, now that I've gotten used to it, I look back on the way that I used to think, listen to people, and I'm like, how did you get anything out of that? Because I would hear people talking, and then midway through their sentence, I would think of a question or think of this that I want to say, this thing, and it would just replay in my head over and over and over again, and then I wouldn't listen to a single word after that until I said what was on my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, you're not listening. No. It's annoying. Yeah. And you can see it in people's eyes too, when they've just disappeared.
Zone out.
When they've disappeared into their own thoughts. And then I'm like, okay, but I'm not going to continue. No, you're not here.
You're not there.
You're not here.
Yeah. Oh, we have a friend in Sweden. You can see right away when he does that.
Who?
Well, I'm not going to name him.
So say after.
It's not fair. All right, so... it's exciting times for both of us, I think. I think
it's exciting times for everyone in this world. And if you're not taking advantage of it, then it's your own fault.
But I think, though, going into a slightly different topic, to welcome or step out of the daily sameness.
Repetitiveness.
Well, we have a tendency to do the same. We sit in the same spot working, we drive to work the same. And sometimes I feel, I get bored and I need to the sameness, I need to step out of it and then do it differently. So this morning, for example, you kind of forced me to sit in another space, meditating, writing my journal, because Emmylou is actually sleeping in our office at the moment because we're renovating her.
I don't have a room.
No, she's kicked out. No, we're renovating her office. So, and I was sitting there this morning and I'm like, oh, this is lovely. Why don't I do this more often? Why do I take the same road when I drive? Why? Dad is actually good at that. He's like, let's take a different road. That's an adventure. But
I hate that. I get so anxious. No, because my Google Maps has stopped speaking for some reason. So now if I need a GPS, I need to stop every 3 seconds.
Oh, that's
check.
Not good.
No, that's why it's annoying. So that's why I go the same ways all the time. And also, it's just efficient.
Well, yeah, because you get to know the way. But what I'm saying is to welcome the stepping out of the sameness, and then that way we kind of also open up to new things in our life, because we meet other people. Because if you go the same time, you kind of bump into the same people, you see the same things, you hear the same things, you smell the same things, but if you do certain things differently, even in your office or your job, I'm sure we can change a few things and it just becomes more interesting, and we also open up doors to change within ourselves and outside.
100%.
No, I find it difficult though. I really, because time just goes, and
you're also just an incredibly routine-based person.
I love it. I love to have, because it keeps me disciplined to do my practices. that I know serves me really good. So, yes, I love routine.
I despise it.
Yet again, you do it.
No, I don't. I don't do a certain thing in a specific time every day.
No, not a specific time, but you do certain things every day.
Yeah, because I do it when
That's
I
life.
feel that I need it.
Yeah.
But I don't force myself to be like, okay, I'm doing this now. Then I'm gonna do this.
No, it's not like that. But I think
that's how I
everybody
see
has a little
routine.
bit routine. You
Of
eat
course.
every day. That's routine.
Okay.
You brush your teeth. That's
Sure.
routine. You shower. That's routine.
Barely.
I bet you still say that.
Smell.
No, you never smell. I would tell you if you smelled.
You do tell me I smell.
Not your body.
Anyway, what does that mean?
Maybe if you haven't brushed your teeth in the morning or something.
Well, everyone smells in the morning.
Yeah.
No, but for me, routine is very boxy and very scheduled. Like, there's no flow in routine, I feel. But that's just the way I see it. For you, it may be a lot of flow.
Well, I find I need to have a little bit more balance. That's why I was, talking about sameness, because there's certain routines that I need and would like to keep in my life. But then there's certain routines, for example, sitting at the same place, working all day by the screen. I can do that anywhere. I just bring my laptop and I go somewhere else. There's so many beautiful spots here where I can sit and work, and I never do.
Yeah.
Because I love at home and I love my office, but because of that, I'm not meeting other people. The digital nomad community, or people here in Bali, there's hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of them. And when you go to these co-working places, you meet other people, of course, and I don't. So yeah, I need, for me
But
personally, I want
time,
some more balance.
At the same time, you have switched from being an incredibly social butterfly to now being more of a lone wolf, where you want your own space and time. So it wouldn't be logical for you to go to these coffee shops where the digital nomads go. I feel like
No,
you
maybe
wouldn't.
not.
I
But
feel like
maybe
you would be stressed in that situation. Not stressed, but you wouldn't flow as well as you do here.
Maybe not. It's strange that I'm going more and more, and that I thought about the other day, that it's actually maybe not so. It's good in a way that I'm happy with myself and being at home, but at the same time, I also know that we need each other. I need to see people.
Yes, I think the reason why you're thinking that way is because forever you have been constantly surrounded by people. It is a constant flow of people in this house. In every house we've been in, almost. Like, there's
Not
always
so much in this house, though. Do you think?
there's builders here. We have workers, we have the pool people, we have the cleaning lady, we have constant people around us all the time. Even though we're not socializing with them necessarily, there's people around us. I don't feel like you have ever been fully alone. Ever. Like, you've never just been by yourself.
Oh, I was when you and Dad were away that weekend, a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, a weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
No, but Dad and I work from home, so we're always together working.
Yeah,
so
no.
yeah.
But the reason I say this is that I think that the reason why you're thinking that way is because it's out of your comfort zone. You're used to having so many people around. You're used to socializing so much. You and Dad go out and have lunches all the time with different people. You're having meetings. You're having calls. It's a constant flow of socializing with people. And now that there's less of that, you're like, okay, but I feel like I need it because I'm like this.
No, not so much, but it's more like on a level where I know especially women, women meeting women, we need each other that way because the hormones are more balanced.
Yeah, but you also need your own time.
Absolutely, yeah, and I
so
cherish it when that happens.
There is a balance in between.
Yeah, maybe I should become a nun.
Don't.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You become a numb, I'm disowning you as a mother.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not gonna happen.
You're like, okay, I'm going. Sign the papers.
No, darling. I'm so happy. Emmylou just got back here. She's been cat house sitting for friends for a month, and you just leave such a big empty hole behind you. So, but you also said, well, you get used to it because I'm soon going to find my own place. I'm just very grateful that you're not leaving for another country.
You don't know that. I don't know that.
Well, it feels like you're going to be in Bali for a little longer.
No, I feel like I'm always going to have a home base where you guys are at. Wherever you guys are at. But I feel like you guys are going to stay here.
We're going to stay for a while.
I think you're going to stay here for a while. Yeah. I think it's going to be years and years and years until you guys...
Yeah, because now we're building Emmylou and everything.
Yes, you're going to travel, but home base will be Bali.
Yeah, I think we always have a base in Bali. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Anyway, darling, we need to wrap up.
Okay, next.
So,
bye. No, I'm kidding.
What are you grateful for?
I am very grateful for all the incredible people and energies around me. It feels like my life has just been building up to this point. And I'm also terrified because I'm like, have I peaked at 18? Is it all just going to go downhill from now? No. I don't think that way. But it is kind of overwhelming to be this happy this soon in my life.
Don't doubt.
No, I'm not. It's not doubting. It's just I'm looking around at everyone else and I'm like, this isn't normal, you know.
Just be grateful.
It's fine. I've never been normal. I'm also incredibly grateful for food, that we are able to have food whenever we please and never really have to worry about it. That's such a gift to have. And I'm also grateful for the moon. It's a big supermoon tonight.
I think it's a supermoon every other month or something. Every 3 months is a supermoon or something.
Apparently this is the last supermoon until next year.
Okay.
And from what I've heard, you shouldn't charge your crystals with it because it's so powerful.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
I don't know either.
But the moon, we're gonna become lunatics tonight, I feel.
Okay.
I might.
I'm going to be down the beach to watch the moonrise come up in the sea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to join me. Anyway, I'm super, super grateful for all the healers in the world because it's so much needed. So yourself included. Yeah, for sure. I'm also very grateful how happy and on a roll you are. I'm very grateful that me and Dad are going to Thailand. And I'm super grateful for this house that we see as ours and a home base. So that's it for today. Lots and lots of love.
Come to Substack.
Lots of love from us.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.